My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. Good morning. Welcome to a short biblical reflection on the reading from the Gospel according to John chapter 10, verses 27 up to 30. It is the reading for the fourth Sunday of Easter, the so-called Good Shepherd Sunday. In the 3-year cycle for the Sunday readings, the Gospel for the Sunday is taken always from the chapter 10 of the Gospel according to John. In other years A and B, it is from the beginning of this chapter where the image of the Good Shepherd is presented more detailedly. This reading for this year, it is just part of a discussion of Jesus with the Jews, and then Jesus answers them, "But you do not believe because you do not belong to my sheep." And then he says the words which I quoted at the beginning, "My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me." And then assurance which he gives to his disciples that they will not be taken out from his hand, as well also from his Father's hands, because his Father is greater than everything else. And then Jesus also states about his unity with the Father and I are alone. Today, I will focus just only on these verses. However, it is very short reading, and I will focus in particular on the first verse, verse 27, where appears this important verb to hear. I will illustrate it in the biblical context. The Greek verb translated in our text of the Gospel according to John as to hear has also the second meaning, to listen to. It expresses not only to hear, for example, a noise, a voice, or any sound, but also expresses the obedience. Therefore, is translated as to listen to. And this double meaning we can also find in the Hebrew verb which lays behind this Greek verb in the Gospel according to John. Therefore, I have chosen two texts from the Old Testament. The first one is the so-called classical text from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 up to 9, where the commandment of loving God is introduced by this particular formula. "Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone." And after the commandment, "You shall love the God, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind," there is this explanation, the orders given. "Keep these words that I am commanding you today in your heart. Recite them to your children and talk about them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lay down and when you rise. Bind them as a sign on your hand, fix them as an emblem on your forehead, and write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates." In other words, even if it is translated "Hear, O Israel," but it has this commanding force. It is an order which is given to be put in place. And the second text which I have chosen is the Psalm 34, beginning from verse 11, where we have this invitation, "Come, O children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord." It could be also translated, "Hear me," but in particular, this also states the orders which are given after this question in verse 12, "Which of you desires life and covets many days to enjoy good?" And then the orders, "Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it." And then the consequences are explained similarly to the gospel of today, where God's protection is stated. "The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against evildoers, to cut them of the remembrance of them from the earth. When the righteous cries for help, the Lord hears and rescues them from all their troubles." Additional element, of course, is also expressed here, the punishment of the wicked. So in our gospel, after the statement that the sheep hear the voice of the shepherd, it means the sheep is expressing obedience to the Lord, obedience to the shepherd. Then the consequences are explained in the way of protection, and it is very similar to this well-known Psalm 23, which we know, and which begins, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And then at verse 4 we read, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me, the rod and your staff, they comfort me." I wish you a nice day, a nice reflection on this gospel reading. God bless you.